Hello everyone, welcome to Isomers TV. I'm your host, Manuela Marcheggiani from Isomers Skincare, a co-founder and CEO of Isomers Skincare, and I'm really delighted to welcome you to Isomers TV. This is an opportunity for us to highlight and showcase some of our key formulations and offers and put it together with a little bit different science spin, other information, so that you are more empowered. You have more information about your skin. You have more information about the ingredients and how they work, how the formulations work, and also a special little offer on pricing. So today we're going to talk about skincare by the decades. We're going to finish off our skincare by the decades. Now we're going to focus on your 20s and your teens, right? So for your 20s, we have a duo, and for the teenagers out there, we have a duo, right? So these are boosters to add to your skincare. These are sets to add to your skincare routine. So for the 20s, what we're going to offer is what you need to add in your 20s: vitamin C and ferulic 15% concentrate, right? So you have the vitamin C, ethylated ascorbic acid, 15%. Then you're going to have the ferulic acid, which is important to increase the viability or potency of the vitamin C and to work better on the skin. This is important for brightening the skin. It's important for collagen as a cofactor. We're also, the other part of the booster is going to be the retiniacin. So this is we were like the OGs of retinol with niacinamide. So this is a combination of retinol with niacinamide, and the niacinamide is at a very high clinical level. You're getting that 5% niacinamide in there. This is a really important formulation if you're starting on retinols or you're in your 20s. Now, individually, if you were to buy the two individually, they would be $93. We're offering them at $69.75 through Isomers TV, so that's a 25% discount, and that's Canadian dollars. For the teenagers, we have a two-piece, and this one is the 2% salicylic acid, 30 ml, and the 14% azelaic acid, 30 ml. Salicylic acid is a beta-hydroxy acid, very important for cutting through the grease of your skin, the lipids, the fat, the blackheads, a lot of things that lead to breakout and eruption. And then the azelaic acid, which is a dicarboxylic acid, at 14%. It's very high clinically. Over 14%, it becomes a prescription product for melasma and acne and for bumps and post-acne marks. So you're getting a very high dosage. I really wish, when I was a teenager, when I was going through the most horrific time of my life with my skin, I wish that this was available. You know, that's why we're putting these decade sets together. Now this individually would be $65, and this is $48.75 with the 25% off for Isomers TV. This is in Canadian dollars. If you're American and using your credit card, the currency automatically exchanges for you. So it's very easy, very seamless. Two ways to order. You can order online, isomers.ca, take you straight to our website, or you can call our 1-800 number. That 1-800 number is good anytime, but if you actually want to get a real live person, call between Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., so office hours, Eastern time. Patricia will be available to receive your call. Otherwise, leave a message and she'll call you back. So those are two ways of ordering. Now, let's get into this. So what happens in your 20s? In your 20s, your skin is probably at its peak. And what do we mean by that? We mean that your collagen is going to be at its peak. It's your best quality collagen. You've had all 20 years to 25 years to build up to it. Now it's actually at its ripest or best shape it should be. And then after that, you start to age, right? So this is the sweet spot is in your 20s. But you still need to be proactive. So just because you're in your sweet spot, they say, in your teens and 20s, it's, the skin you're given. Like you've got to deal with it. But in your 30s and 40s, it's the skin you deserve. So this is really important. So if you want to get into skin that you deserve, that's good skin, not that you had bad lifestyle and your skin is bad, you want to have good skin, then you need to start taking those steps of taking care of your skin. And this is why these sets are important. So let's talk about the vitamin C and what the vitamin C can do for your skin. First of all, vitamin C is very important. Around the world, anybody in skincare, they talk about the importance of vitamin C. Nobel Prizes have been won on L-ascorbic acid for anti-aging and skin rejuvenation. What we know about vitamin C, it needs to be in a form that the skin understands. It also needs to be in a form that does not oxidize or go bad, right? So we have ethylated ascorbic acid here, which is very important. We also have ferulic acid in here. The concentration of the ascorbic acid is 15%. Why? Because 10% is not enough, 20% could be cytotoxic. So this again is important to know the dosage of your vitamin C and what else is in the formula that enhances the penetration, enhances the performance and the half-life, and makes it work more efficiently. We know clinically it's ferulic acid. So if you have sun-damaged skin, if you are starting to see the first signs of aging, if you want to protect your skin from free radicals, this woman here, we can see that she's got a little bit of damage in her skin. So she's got a little bit she had a little bit of breakout on her skin, some residual leftover breakout. So this is really important to see how her skin is healing and looking better. And this is because it's the right form of vitamin C. It's helping to renew the skin and support the skin with the collagen. It's also helping to even out the texture of her skin, right? So this is really great to see that difference. Also, our vitamin C, even though it's a 15% concentrate with ferulic acid, this woman here has very sensitive skin. We notice that it does not sensitize the skin. Super important because a lot of vitamin C's, they sensitize the skin. They're very harsh on the skin. It kind of just bursts into your skin and a lot of people react to it. So we want to make sure that if you have sensitive skin and you're starting to get into the anti-aging skincare or starting to take those steps, we want to make sure that your skin is happy and very, very comfortable. What I also like about the vitamin C, again, the redness, the pigmentation, it calms down. So you see this difference. We use cystoscopy, our before and afters are very different because we want to look underneath the skin. We want to see exactly what the formulations are doing. We don't want to just tell you theoretically. We want to show you the proof with real people using these formulas and showing you what's happening to the skin. But what I like about this one, this is so cute because it's so cute, so cool. When I'm looking at this and I see the pigmentation and the redness and the vascularity, right, the sensitivity, I also see something which is very cool, which is this little baby wrinkle. So this is going to become, so you're in your 20s, right? So you're just starting to get that fine line, you're just starting to get that little baby wrinkle, is right there. You notice after 28 days, it's not. This is why you want to start using something like the vitamin C and ferulic in your 20s. You want to start looking at, because there are little parts of your skin that are going to start to unravel where you're starting to get those expression lines, the fine lines, the pigmentation is breaking down the DNA, so you want a super antioxidant. Importance of the vitamin C and the ferulic acid, so that's step one. We're going to get into step two right now. In your 20s, it's also important to think about retinoids, to think about that nighttime program that you're going to start for the rest of your days for your skin. Retinol is going to be one of those things that you're going to carry through. You're going to start it could start it in your teens too, but in your 20s for sure, you're going to have retinol. And this is something that you're going to carry with you all the way through because of the power of the retinoids, So this is retiniacin. We're taking the retinol and we're marrying it with niacinamide. This is really important because retinol, although it's very effective at stimulating collagen, creating collagen, helping with the skin, renewing the skin, it's a super anti-ager. It is the anti-ager of choice. It also can be very nasty. It doesn't play very nicely. So you could end up with sensitive skin. It will sensitize your skin. Your skin could become very uncomfortable and flaky. So what we did is we stabilized this retinol and we also put niacinamide in here in a clinical level, which to qualify is about a 5% concentration of the niacinamide. This is important because the niacinamide will boost the brightening effect of the retinol, but it will also calm down any of the irritation. Why is this important? This is important because you're going to be able to get the benefits of the retinol, the skin renewing, the healing, the collagen production, all of these things a retinol does, which we want it to do. That's why people want Retin A. That's why people utilize it for anti-aging. They want to wipe away their lines and wrinkles or improve the quality of their skin. But they pay a big price because the Retin A's tend to really tear the skin down. When you marry it with the niacinamide, you can have your cake and eat it, which is really great. This is why the retiniacin is so interesting as a formulation. It has been so successful. It's been one of the pillars of Isomers skincare. We have her skin here. Now this is an African American woman, so she has pigmentation issues, a little bit of sun damage, and you can see radiance, right? This is what we want. This is what we want to see, just the radiance. And we want to see happier skin, clearer skin, smoother skin, without dryness and irritation or sensitivity, right? This woman here, her skin, you can see she's a little bit older, right? So it's never too late, never too early. She's a little bit older, but you can see in the after, her skin looks much better, looks much healthier. She looks more even. Her skin looks firmer. It looks more compact. All of the good things because you know that the collagen has been ignited and it's working better. But what I want you to pay attention to is the next slide. When we go underneath her skin and we see the sun damage, and then we start to see all of this whitening here and here and here, this is deeper damage. This is something that's going to come out in a year or 2 or 5 years, right? It comes out because this happened a while ago and it's coming up to the surface. And what this is going to do, this is going to leave your skin very stained, uneven, rough, leather-like, right? But what happens, and this is why I love using cystoscopy, that we can look and see what's happening to the skin. This is day 1 with all of this happening to her skin. After 28 days, this is the same woman. She hasn't been using lasers. She hasn't been doing any other treatment except the retiniacin. But do you notice the difference in her skin? If you notice the difference, all of this area that was so trashed and so damaged is not anymore. So when her skin renews, none of this pigmentation is going to come up to the surface. None of this damage is going to come up to the surface anymore. So it literally reprogrammed her skin. It literally went in there and fixed it so that when it comes up, it's going to look fresher and younger. These are the powers. This is why we utilize this type of ingredients in skincare, is even where you can't see, underneath, where the factory is working and doing its thing, it's got broken parts or damage, it goes in and repairs it. So when it shows up well. It shows up clear. It shows up radiant. This is, to me, the marker of good skincare, right? So, and if we get a little bit closer into her skin, you can see the breakdown. Her skin is really breaking down. And here, much more, again, brand new skin. If we were to do an age progression on this, if we were doing an age score on this, I'm sure this age score would be a good 5 to 10 years difference, just based on that pigmentation, the melasma, based on the hyperpigmentation, based on just the skin texture and quality. There's a lot going on. So how do we achieve this? We achieve this by taking that retinol with the niacinamide. So that's the retiniacin. So this is for your 20s. 20s, it's a duo. It is a $93 value. It's down for Isomers TV, $69.75 Canadian. Remember, if you're using your credit card, it'll automatically do the currency exchange for you. So that's your 20s. So let's get into your teen years. You know, it's never too early to start a good skincare routine. And when we're in our teens, that's when we really need it the most. That's when we really need real ingredients, real products, a real routine, real answers, real information. Because why? Because in our teens, our bodies are growing and so much is happening. Our hormones are all over the place. The sebaceous glands are all over the place. Things are happening, and you see it in acne, you see it in breakout, you see it in spots, you see it in rashes and sensitivity. It just goes on and on. So you're like at this beginning stage, at a young stage, right? And everything just seems to be awkward because nothing is settled. Your hormones aren't settled. And so you're going to notice that your skin is very reactive. So this is where you want to start a skincare routine. So you're going to want to start, and you're going to want to have a cleanser. You know, you're going to have a good basic cleanser. You're going to have just a basic moisturizer, and you're going to have a sunscreen. This is the 3 things you absolutely need, right? For any age. And then you add what's specific to you. So in your teens, with those hormonal issues on your skin, we introduce this 2-piece, this duo. And this duo is going to be a 2% salicylic acid because we want to get through the oil. We want to get through the sebum. We want to get through the blackheads. We want to get through the breakouts. We want to get through the pimples. And this is what salicylic acid is known for at 2%. The other thing we want to do is we want to give you something that I wanted for me so badly. Now that I'm 60 and now I realize, oh my goodness, kind of jealous of teenagers nowadays that they have the opportunity to have this. I didn't have the opportunity to have this. But you see, this is what happens with progress in science, right? This is the 14% azelaic acid, dicarboxylic acid. It works well with alpha hydroxy AHAs and BHAs. It works well with retinoids as well. So this is something that you can use for your skin. But what I love about it is after a 14%, when it's higher than that, it is prescription. And the research, and the prescription is for acne, bumps underneath the skin, right? Melasma, old or post-acne marks. So when you're in your teens and your skin is going crazy, right? You want to leave your teens behind. You don't want the scars and the marks to carry through. So I find that this is going to be a really great duo to insert into your skin care routine to be able to get refined skin and clear skin, right? So let's talk about the 2% salicylic acid. So we have 2% salicylic acid. It's going to clear your pores. So it's a pore clearing exfoliant. Clears the skin of, here it says dirt and grime. I'm going to get a little bit more specific. It's really going to be about the sebum and the oil because in your skin you have a follicle and you have a sebaceous gland. It fills up with oil. And if it's thick, right, it gets sticky and thick, it doesn't flow through, it starts to create breakout. And what happens when you're in your teens, it's making so much oil, it's just so overproduced, that it's getting stuck in the skin. So we want to be able to clear the way. It's lightweight and gentle. It's perfect for oily skin, but it's also good for dry skin. It's also good for congested skin. It's also good for blackheads. It is something that's good for your skin. 2% salicylic acid. And the way we formulated it is amazing. Surface blemishes, discoloration, oiliness. We're going to be able to target those 3 things in your skin with this. This is something that you can utilize every day. You can use it twice a day. You can use it as a spot treatment on your breakouts. You can use it all over. I use it all over. I use it in the morning myself, even at my age. But I do use it because I want to keep my skin clear. So this is really important. It doesn't dry out your skin. It really addresses the oil. It really helps, I like to say, liquefy. It's like, when you take, and I know I get a lot of comments on this, but butter in a frying pan. So if you got a hot pan and you put butter in, it just melts very quickly. It liquefies. When you have sebum stuck in your pores, you want to liquefy that out, right? Beta hydroxy does it. Alpha hydroxy doesn't. So when you have an alpha, and you say, well, I use alpha hydroxy, isn't that the same thing? It's not the same thing. Alpha hydroxy acid will only do the surface. The beta hydroxy actually goes into the follicle. That's the difference. And this is why when you get a plug, you want to be able to get in there and dissolve it. And that's why it is here for the teens. It also has green tea leaf extract. That's an antioxidant. It also has polyphenols that are very important for the skin. So we want to give that to you too. So it's not tremendously sophisticated in the sense of a lot of actives, but just the ones you actually need. So this is a beta hydroxy, removes sebum from pores, inside the pores, removes the sebum. When you remove the sebum, you're removing the blackhead, you're removing the pimple. targets oily skin, balances oil levels. If you strip and dry your skin, you say, I have oily skin, so I'm going to use a lot of product that's going to dry my skin. I want to strip it to get rid of the oil. What your skin is going to do, it's going to make more oil because it's saying, oh, it's being stripped, I need to make more. So you want to balance that. So that's why the beta hydroxy, and it's anti-irritation. It will soothe the skin. Very important too, because when you have a lot of breakout, you're also going to have a lot of bacteria feeding on that breakout, right? The acne vulgaris bacteria. It will eat up, it's looking for this. So you want to actually soothe that skin and soothe that sensitivity. So it's great for all skin types. This is the first product, so you would use this first, and then you would follow up with the azelaic acid. After your salicylic acid, the way I like to use this for the teens and how I recommend it is always you're going to use your serums first, then you're going to go to your cream. So you've got your 2% salicylic acid. Put that on your skin. You see it's lightweight, it's not greasy, it's really good for the skin, right? Then you're going to take your cream and you put that on top. That's it. Really easy. So what is the azelaic acid? Okay, so this is a 14% concentrate of azelaic acid. I love this because the azelaic acid, it is optimally formulated, high concentration azelaic acid. It's also known as a dicarboxylic acid. So it's not a retinoid, it's not an alpha or beta hydroxy. It's in its own category. It will boost your skin. Balances the pH of your skin, super important, because that's good for the microbiome of your skin. And it refines the skin because it's going to help with that cell turnover. That's really important too. And it does it in such a cool way, right? Because it does renew the skin, but it can target things. So it can work harder or more specifically in certain areas than other areas. And why is that important? That's important because if you've got almost perfect skin and you have, for example, melasma or an old acne mark, right? It will target that area and work on dissolving that. So it attaches itself to the more compromised areas. Targets the appearance of uneven skin tone and targets that melanin that's compromised. It helps with surface imperfections. It helps with discoloration, and it helps with greasiness or oiliness of the skin. So that's really important too when you have the 14% azelaic acid, okay? It also is going to work on your skin when you have uneven skin tone and skin texture. So when you've got in your teens, right, and you're going through and you're having these breakouts, what happens with, even doesn't matter how many times we tell you, don't pick your skin, don't do this, don't do that, it's going to cause marks and scars. You do it anyway. It's human nature. You do it anyway. This is why this duo makes sense. This is going to work on the oils, and this is going to work on any of those marks, any of those scars, any of that pigmentation, any of those things that are happening to our skin. It will help make your skin brighter. It's going to help make your skin much more even in tone. It's going to help to refine the skin. And it will do it in a different way because you'll also find that in your teens, you don't want to use too much crazy things on your skin. Let's keep it just bare, basic to the science, right? Salicylic acid, azelaic acid combination. I can show you maybe another before and after to show you something that's very interesting too. Skin sensitivity, right? So say, for example, you're noticing that your skin is very, very sensitive and it's breaking out a lot and it's very, very sensitive, or you're nervous about using something like a 40% azelaic acid. We can show you that the skin actually calms down. So it is soothing. So this is really important too because you don't want to be harsh with your skin. You want a clear skin, you want a healthy skin, you want a radiant skin, and you want to really reduce any kind of trauma on your skin. A lot of product out there, or a lot of systems out there, they're going to want you to scrub or burn or pick or peel or do all these things. And for many of you, you don't need to do all of that. So I hope that this set by this decade for teens is something that you would consider when you have the breakout, or you would consider that for your child or for your relative or somebody who's younger or in their teens going through that. I know personally, I would have loved to have that set for myself. So what is this? This is Isomers TV. I am your host, Manuela Marcheggiani from Isomers Skincare. This is an opportunity to ask questions, to learn a little bit more about our key products, about us at Isomers, about our formulations, about your skin, about ingredients and how they work, and how all of that works together, because that's what we do. We make the best skincare, I believe, out there. Right behind me here in Isomers in Toronto is our laboratory, is our manufacturing, where we do the filling and the packaging and the formulating. We're in our clinical room right here, where we do a lot of this content, where we do skin testing, where we measure the skin and see those results, and then we create the visuals to show you what it's doing on and under the skin. We've put together a series that we talk about your skin through the decades. This one here is focusing on the 20s, so in your 20s and teenagers. So when you kind of start your skincare journey, right? When your skin is it's probably its worst behaved. And then you get into your 20s when your skin is you're peaking, right? We wanted to talk about and put these sets by the decade for you. So the one for the 20s, just to reiterate, is vitamin C and ferulic. They're both, and it's 1 ounce, and it's 1 ounce of the retiniacin, which is retinol and niacinamide. This individually, if you were to buy these separately, would be $93 Canadian, 25% off Isomers TV, $69.75 Canadian. For your teens, now, if you're in your 20s, you can still use the teen ones. You just add it on. You just keep adding on the sets as your skin needs them, when your skin needs them, to boost your skincare, to change up the variety. But they have a specific function that you may find that maybe you might have to go back in your late 20s or something because of hormones or something. You can start bringing that back into your skin. But we wanted to build this foundational knowledge of why these ingredients work at certain ages and more specifically for it. In your teens, what we've put together is the 2% salicylic acid, that's the 1 ounce size, and the 14% azelaic acid, that's the 1 ounce size. That's from our Simple Science line. This is a $65 value Canadian. It's being offered at 25% off through Isomers TV for $48.75. Isomers TV is something that we bring to you from Isomers Skincare, direct from Toronto, Canada. Our prices are in Canadian, but if you are ordering from anywhere in the world using your credit card, it will automatically change the currency. So the American dollar is it will be a lower price point. So it's automatically going to make the conversion for you. 2 ways to shop. You can go online, isomers.ca. You can click on the link. You can go directly to our website, process that order, become a member of Isomers Skincare. Or you can call us at our 1-800 number. It is manned by Patricia from 8:30 in the morning till 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. Outside of those times, leave a message. She'll call you back. But that is how we're able to be in contact. You're able to get the freshest, most powerful product or potent products that Isomers makes. We have been doing this for over 30 years. We're experts in skincare formulation and the chemistry and understand the stages of the skin, how it's aging, what's happening, what the key ingredients are, what you need by decade. So we want to put together these booster sets for you, these booster duos by decade, so that you can add to your skincare routine to get the skin you want, to get the skin in a very healthy, effective, scientifically backed way, without the nonsense, without the marketing. We want you to go direct to the laboratory and get the best price, best value, but also the best technology. I hope you enjoyed Isomers TV. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.